Hey everyone, Scott Hansen here from NFL Red Zone, and you're watching the Super Fantasy Bros podcast. 1 hour of commercial-free podcasting starts now. Enjoy the show.
All right, week 2 in the books. Week 3, here we come. Today we will be going through every matchup of every game and breaking down the most important players, where we have them ranked, and if we're starting them or not. And also, we're going to continue with cap or no cap throughout the episode rather than as its own segment, just to be able to spend more time on the matchups. And of course, we'll be picking the winner of every game and finishing up with some trivia from Q. So let's get right into talking about some week 3 matchups. But before we do that, T-Gods, hit us with the pick standings. What do you got?
I don't want to talk about this. Sean is currently snapping with 22 picks right. Matt's in a close second with 21 picks.
But 19.
18. 18 for Q. I got 19.
I like to hear it. I
don't like to hear it or write it.
I'm always one behind Sean, I feel like.
You won last year, right?
Yeah, Matt won last year. So
fluke.
Nice.
Everything's a fluke.
Not fluky. Just you wait and see. You're getting a perfect week this week.
Stop.
Perfect. We shall see. But before we get into the games as well, we're going to give our picks for Thursday Night Football since we're recording this a couple hours before the Thursday night game. So I think it's pretty obvious, but Matt's wearing the Texans jersey, so maybe he's feeling frisky.
No, that's not the bold take I got.
Yeah, I'm taking the Panthers. I assume we're sweeping this one.
100%.
Yeah. Get out the brooms.
All right. So all 4 of us taking the Panthers. We shall see if we are proven wrong tomorrow. I highly doubt it, though.
Davis Mills, baby.
Mills Mafia. We'll see if he's any good. Cardinals at Jaguars. To start it off here. Starting off with QB1, Kyler Murray. He's obviously locked in. DeAndre Hopkins, locked in. You're starting them. But keep an eye on DeAndre Hopkins. He was added to the injury report Wednesday with a rib injury. So monitor that for his practice status on Friday. But obviously those are locked in. But let's get a quick cap or no cap to start us off. Cap or no cap, Rondale Moore is a top 40 option this weekend after a big game in week 2.
No cap. I got him ranked at 38. Very 37. Favorable matchup. So, I mean, I think the Cardinals are just going to run the scoreboard up on the Jags. I feel bad for them.
Too favorable?
Too favorable.
No, do you think it's too favorable?
Because I think regardless, they're just going to be scoring.
I guess I have to say no cap. I got Rondale Moore at 40. So he's a pretty solid flex option for me. Technically, he's top 40. I think he's worth throwing out there for sure, especially against the Jaguars. They're going to run it up. Speaking about the Cardinals, their running backs, Chase Edmonds, where did you rank him this week?
Got him at 17.
19.
Nice solid RB2 this week.
20.
Yeah.
Sean's gonna poop on our
Can't
got him at 21.
I'm climbing the ladder.
Yeah, but I still think he's a solid RB2 option this week. You're starting Chase Edmonds if you got him, no doubt. Jaguars run defense does not scare us. But moving on to the Jaguars themselves, we're still not starting Trevor Lawrence until we see some consistency, right?
Not even
correct.
A little bit.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Do not start Trevor Lawrence, please, unless you're in a 2-quarterback league or a way deeper league. But Matt, T-Gods, you guys are the James Robinson stand club here. What are we doing with him? Where did you rank him this week?
You got to
start
start
him
him.
At 23. You have to start.
I got him at 21.
I'm right in the middle, you guys. I got him at 22 as well.
His upside's just it's too
We
high.
know he's capable
It's
of
too
talent
high
there.
to have him on the bench. But
yeah, and his volume got a nice uptick last week. I would like to see what they do this week because I feel like they're going to have to try and keep up with the Cardinals, and they like James Robinson in the passing game. So hopefully he gets a lot of passing opportunity, and if that's the case, then I think his potential is very good this week compared to the other weeks.
He's not Dalvin Cook, but Dalvin Cook did run for over 100 yards on the defense last week. So
yeah,
he has Dalvin Cook volume. And
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook was on like a bum ankle or two.
Maybe
Maybe that was
hurt
what
like 3 times.
Yeah. Sucks to see Dalvin Cook ever on the turf. You never want to see that. But yeah, you're starting James Robinson if you have him. I think you have to still, as not pretty as it's been. He's still been okay. He's had a decent floor, so you hope that continues. But for the Jaguars wide receivers, how did you rank them this week? Is Marv now the clear-cut number one?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Yes, I got Marvin 23.
I got Marvin
23.
27, a little bit lower. He could. I like where T. Gods has him because, like I said, the Jags are going to have to try and keep up. So, I mean, honestly, any of these receivers could go off, but it all relies on Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I got him at 33, so I'm still a little bit lower than you guys, but he is the highest ranked Jaguars wide receiver that I have. After that, DJ Chark, 42, LaVisca, 46.
Yep.
Pretty much.
So that's the order for me right now. I'm hoping that Chark can get back to being the number one there, but Marvin Jones has looked super solid through 2 games. Don't expect that to change anytime soon. All right, let's pick this game, guys. Who do we got? Cardinals or the Jags?
Easy Cardinals.
This guy on his new team.
Yep, taking the Cardinals as well. Sweep again. Let's keep it rolling. Falcons at the Giants, starting with Atlanta. Where did you rank Calvin Ridley after a solid bounce back last week?
11, only because the matchups for the other receivers ahead are a lot better.
A lot juicier. I got Ridley at 10.
It'll probably be the lowest I ever
Wow.
ranked. Probably I'll never rank Ridley this low. Definitely
I'm
not
really
low.
scared of the Giants defense.
Yeah, I got him
personally.
at 8, which I
got him
thought
at
was
6.
I thought that was super low.
I'm still high on Calvin Ridley's talent, so I got him at 6.
Yeah.
He's still the number one option on this offense, no matter what happens. So I'm rolling Ridley out there with confidence as my wide receiver 1. Not tempering expectations here, but for Kyle
Disappointed.
Pitts, I think we're all in agreement here that you got to keep rolling him out there, even though it hasn't been the best breakout start, but he still looked really good when he's gotten the targets.
His time will come.
Yeah, you got to start Kyle Pitts.
He's had the volume.
Yeah, and that's all you need. That's all you need, the volume.
And surprisingly enough, the Giants have been able to put up points this year, so the Falcons might have to keep this game close.
Yeah, for sure. And also, what are you doing with Mike Davis and Cordarrelle Patterson now that it's kind of a timeshare? Did you rank Cordarrelle over Mike Davis?
I did.
I did not.
I did.
That's scary to do.
It's
I
not
was
that
too
scary.
scared. I bitched out.
No.
I only did him because I still think they'll be trying to play Mike Davis the most. So if you have him, you're probably starting him. I would wait another week on Patterson. But Patterson's time is coming. And it could be this week.
Oh, yeah, it's 100% coming. And I just realized I forgot to rank Cordarrelle Patterson myself. Disrespectful. I didn't have him in my ranks just yet because he's currently kind of transitioning back to this running back spot. So, but I would put him right around Mike Davis. I think they're both startable this week, probably closer to flex options rather than RB2s, but I think they're both startable. I had Mike Davis at 31 for reference.
Damn.
That's where I have
yeah.
Cordarrelle.
Damn.
Damn, so you have Cordero at like 40.
Who? Matt?
Sean, probably.
No, I didn't have him ranked. I said I'd put them around
you
the same
probably
spot.
Okay.
I think they're pretty close. I might put Cordarrelle over him just because I like the passing game upside. I know Mike Davis is a decent pass catcher, but they used Cordarrelle a lot last week in the passing game. So I think that helps his case there. But for the Giants, quick cap or no cap here, Daniel Jones startable this week?
No cap. 32nd defense against the pass. And his receivers aren't bad. Evan Ingram's going to come back. You just worry, like myself, I worry. I want to start him possibly over Tannehill because of the matchup, but the turnovers is something you always have to worry about. So that's why I might keep it till Sunday morning, and then hopefully I'm drunk
Game
already.
time decision.
Yeah, I'm going to say big cap. I don't trust Danny Dimes in my lineup right now. He's got some decent weapons. He looked okay against the Washington defense, but Washington defense looks more like frauds than the real deal. It is a horrible passing defense, so Daniel Jones could have a good game, but I'd rather go with a safer option. I got him ranked at 22, so I have no confidence in Danny Dimes.
No confidence.
I just can't trust him.
I have him at 13.
I got him at 15. He's
And he
looked
can
good
run
so
the ball.
far,
He's the second best, maybe the best rusher on that team.
Yeah, I just can't trust
Matt.
him.
That's
You're
no
gonna let him say
disrespect to
that, Matt?
Saquon.
No, I'm just gonna let Saquon speak for himself.
Yeah, just like we let Sterling Shepard speak for myself.
Yeah.
We shall see if Danny Dimes proves me wrong and it proves Q right here if he's a good start or not.
I don't want to be right. I want Saquon to be better.
I just meant in terms of starting him. But speaking of Saquon, you have to start Saquon this week, right? It's got to be the breakout game we're waiting for.
Why would you bench Saquon?
I mean, I don't know. People were doing it last week, scared about the injury. But
I mean, last week made sense, but coming off 10 days rest, one of the worst defenses in the NFL, I feel like they actually try and get him going this week, not giving him 10, 11 carries. I think he gets a decent workload. And like I said, this defense is not good. So he could easily have his breakout game this week.
Yeah, I think it's coming this week. I agree with you there. Got to start Saquon. But what are you doing with Kenny Golladay at this point? Is Shepard the wide receiver one here? How did you rank those two guys?
That clear number one, in my opinion, at least. I mean, Golladay just hasn't been what we wanted him to be.
This is the week, though. I think you start both. You start Shepard, obviously, with more confidence. He has the better floor. But Golladay, skill-wise, is the better player. You just got to – I think this is the week. If you want him to break out, this is the game.
I could definitely see it happen. And I got Shep at 31, Golladay at 39. I think Shep's like a solid flex play. Galladay's more closer to wide receiver 4, but still a solid flex option right now. I'm just nervous about him. 8 targets helped last week, but 3 catches on those 8 targets was not pretty. We shall see what goes there. But let's pick this game. Falcons at the Giants. Who you guys got?
Giants.
Falcons.
I'm taking the Falcons as well.
I got the Falcons,
Q's
man.
all alone taking.
Wait, I need to.
Oh, Lonely Island.
I might need to switch that real quick. I just gotta.
Dude, come on.
Set
Bullied
in
into
stone.
switching.
Okay, never mind. I Giants.
Caveman T God's already
Penned
carved
in.
it in the rock.
Sorry. They used to make pens with erasers.
All right, let's move on to the Ravens at the Lions. Lamar Jackson locked in as long as his little stomach bug is feeling better.
He'll be all right.
Poopy butt.
But is Hollywood Brown must start right now?
100%.
Yep.
Against the Lions defense that is now on their third string cornerbacks on both sides, you're starting.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I got Hollywood at 34, so still a little bit low. I probably should move him up, but I still have him as a solid flex.
Dang, I got him at 26.
I could have
I'd
moved
be
him up
loving
that
on
high.
him.
I was a little nervous still.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
still
him at
like
29.
Lamar, you
I
still
like
see him throw
Hollywood
the
a lot.
ball.
Yeah, you're starting Hollywood, I think, if you have him. Like, no matter where you see him in rankings, like, after the last 2 games, it's really hard to put him on the bench and feel comfortable doing so. Tyson Williams, is he still the back to start right now after last week at this point in this trio of backfield?
I'd say so.
What's the 3?
Devonta Freeman as well as Latavius Murray.
I was worried that you'd say that
And
because
Lamar.
Devontae Freeman had a 31-yard run, that his one of only 2 carries, and he finished the game with 29 yards because he only had 1 other carry. So he went in reverse. But Tyson, the one to start, Murray, I think, is touchdown dependent.
Yeah, I would agree with Latavius Murray. He's probably touchdown dependent. They do use him probably the second most, but not consistently enough where I'd feel comfortable. Even with the touchdowns, he's had a touchdown each of the last 2 weeks, but less than 10 points.
And the
both
fumble
games.
in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, so Tyson is the way to go in this backfield. But what about this slow start for Mark Andrews? Are you starting him again this week with confidence? Or are you looking elsewhere? What are you doing with Mark?
I'm starting
Zero red zone targets in the last 2 games. I mean, they're probably so close they just run the ball, but you look for that guy who's been very touchdown dependent recently.
Would you start Mark Andrews or Gronk?
Gronk, I have at tight end 4 this week. Or tight
I
end
have
5,
both of
5.
them in another league, and I don't know if that's even a question worth asking.
Gronk.
I have Mark Andrews 5, Gronk 6.
Gronk with no
I
AB.
have Mark Andrews 4, Gronk 7. So I'm on the Mark Andrews train still. I'm 100% in on him. They're playing Detroit. I think if there's any week for him to come back,
You're
put up some
starting
numbers,
Mark
it's
Andrews.
against Detroit. That's what I would want to do. But Gronk has been a monster too. So I mean, it's
what do
hard
you
to go
need for
away from
Gronk
that.
to be any higher than where you rank him?
I mean, I got him as
Although
top
if
7
AB
option compared to
if AB
19
can't
from week
pass-
1. So he's climbed 12 spots for me.
If AB cannot pass the test, up until Sunday. I think you might start Gronk.
I might start Gronk, dude.
I'm not against it for sure. I mean, Gronk's got the more proven track record through 2 weeks. If you're more comfortable starting Gronk, I only have him there because I have it as if AB is playing as well. So Gronk might move up a little bit too. But we'll see with AB's COVID tests. Tough decision for you, T-Gods, but honestly a good problem to have. But moving on to the Lions, Hawkinson is he pushing top 3 territory here after 2 awesome starts?
I have him
Right,
at
Number
3.
three.
Yep.
He deserves it.
I got him at 3 as well. So Kittle has
Lock
moved
him in.
outside my top 3 right now, which pains me to say, but I think he'll bounce back. We'll talk about him in a little bit. But what are you doing with DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams? Swift still the RB2 and Jamal in the flex range?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're still doing that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the story for most of the season unless Jamal Williams continues to have bad games. But DeAndre Swift, I got at 16. I got Jamal at 31. So I still love me some Swift this year.
Yeah.
I think this is another easy pick 'em. I'm taking the Ravens. You guys got?
Easy
Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah.
Easy.
I almost said Lions. Maybe that was a sign, but we'll see.
Q, you're wild. You've been saying some wild things already this episode.
Stop. Gronk still TE1 after 2 weeks.
Okay, that's okay. I will allow that.
That's a fact.
That's fact.
It is
Yeah,
fact.
you can't disagree with it.
I just meant like a tight end one in general.
No,
That's
he
a
is.
fact.
He's back.
He's rock solid. Bears at the Browns. Justin Fields debut. Where did you rank the Rook?
I didn't rank
Can
him
you swing
in
him?
the top 15.
I have
I
him
don't
at
think
17.
I got him at 16.
I got him at 16 as well.
And I think
I just want to see what he does.
he's going to finish better than that.
I
think
do
you could
too. I'm just
And
taking
Tyrod looked
cautious
good last
route.
week against the
In a
Browns
12-team
defense.
league, though, I don't know if you're starting him. I think there's,
Definitely
Well,
not
guys,
starting him.
well,
Nah.
I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
we've all got him outside our top 15. Definitely expecting like a good performance here. You want to see a good performance, especially so that Andy Dalton does not come back for fantasy purposes. I hope he's healthy. Hope he's okay. Nice guy. But yeah, you definitely want to see Justin Fields play well here. But does this bump up Allen Robinson or Darnell Mooney in your ranks, or did they kind of stay in the same spot?
Staying the same for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
it's staying the same.
because now Fields can run the ball, and that takes away some potential production from either of the guys.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. I didn't bump either of them up, kind of kept them right around where they're at. You're starting out Robinson, obviously, if you have him. Darnell Mooney, he's a flex option. Still a little risky to start right now.
Little dart throw.
Yeah, definitely more of a dart throw than a lock him in than your flex. But David Montgomery, you're starting him even after a down game last week. Still a top 20 play. Let's move on to the Browns. Odell Beckham Jr. is back while Jarvis Landry, my guy, is on IR for the first time in his career. Where did you rank OBJ?
This
I don't
is the
even
one
know.
player I forgot to rank.
Because he's back out all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Bro,
I
I don't know
have
if I
Matt
forgot or if I just
33.
didn't want to.
I
got him.
would have him right in like the flex range. So probably like wide receiver 30-ish.
I got him at 35. So
The Bears, they give up the most points to wide receivers, like through 2 weeks, so whatever that's worth.
yeah,
Like
they did like mention he's like a game time decision. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of like up and down if he's
they
actually
said
going to
that,
play.
and then like 3 hours later, they're saying that he's good to go, and like
Yeah, the
I
reports
believe
are wild,
it when I
so
see it.
you want to see on game day that he's active, then you can plug him in. And if you do, he's a flex option. I wouldn't start him in like wide receiver 2 with confidence just yet, even with Landry out. You want to see him on the field. He's coming off the ACL. It's a huge injury to worry about. So
I wouldn't even start him at all this week.
yeah, might wait a week on him. I mean, if you have a better option,
The
for
only
sure.
reason I would start him is because Jarvis out. So his volume might just be outrageous
but
in his first game back.
If he's still going to be a game time decision, then
he might be a little limited too.
a little limited.
There's some risk versus reward here. I mean, I'm probably starting some guys like Mike Williams or
well,
Hollywood
yeah,
Brown over him this week.
Yeah,
too obvious.
I agree.
Get a little more cute than that. How about
No.
DJ
Robbie,
Chark?
Robbie, or
I'd start Robbie Anderson over him.
where do
Chark,
you have him ranked?
I'd probably start OBJ. Who?
Waddle.
Waddle, I'd probably start OBJ over Waddle.
I think I would too.
Pittman.
I don't trust Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah,
I'm
about
sorry,
Pittman.
Without
Pittman.
Wentz.
Without Wentz, give me OBJ all day.
It's actually going to be Pittman with Eason and
Hunley.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into those guys later. moving on to the Browns running backs here. Nick Chubb's locked in. Where did you rank Kareem after a slightly down week here? Are you still confident after that Demetric Felton crazy catch and run for a touchdown?
Yes. Even though I thought it was Chubb on that run. Kind of looked like it.
I was really hoping it was Kareem and it was not. So that hurt me a little bit. But I still got Kareem at my RB20. I think I've had him there every week thus far.
Would you say that
fits in well?
Would you say Kareem is a every week lock-in flex?
Yeah, for sure. I think he's a flex option. I mean, if you have other options, there's obviously guys with more upside, but Kareem has a safe floor that you can plug and play. I'll take 10 to 12 touches from Kareem any week for some fantasy points. But yeah, let's pick this game. Bears at the Browns. Who you guys got?
The Browns.
But I wouldn't be surprised if there's an upset.
I'm
Justin Fields' debut.
The Browns as well.
How are we going to sweep all picking the Browns?
I like the Browns.
It's disgusting.
Q and I think, picked them to win the division. So back in the division episode. Bengals at the Steelers. Continuing with this division. Are we benching Joe Burrow until further notice?
Yes.
Yes.
We were
100%.
all season.
Well, I mean, some people might have drafted him.
Would you
like,
start him
he might be a
over?
starter.
Would you start him over Trevor Lawrence if for some reason you
Oh
had
my God,
to?
yes.
Yes, in a heartbeat.
Trevor Lawrence is scary right now.
I
I'm
trust
starting
his
Burrow.
3 receivers more than the Jags' 3 receivers. And I trust Burrow's talent much more because he's actually shown what he can do in the NFL.
Yeah, especially throwing 50 times a game if he has to.
Right.
But for Joe Mixon, we're still starting him in this tough matchup, right?
Yep.
Right, guys?
You have to.
Right,
Because
guys?
you have to.
I
Right,
have
you
him at
guys?
number 12, so
It's kinda like being
he's
force-fed.
technically an RB1 in 12-team league.
Yeah, I got him at 8, so I'm always
Oh
high
my
on Mixon.
God. I have him at 11.
Jesus Christ.
Mixon's going to get the
Big odds
volume.
has him at 22.
No, I got him at 14.
Love to see it in the top 15.
God.
Have you changed how you're ranking the Bengals wide receivers here? Is it still Higgins, Chase, Boyd for you guys? Do you have Chase over Higgins? What's the deal here?
Nah,
Still
Higgins
Higgins
is still
first.
the favorite.
Yeah, same for me. T-Gods, I think you had Chase number 1 a week back. You still the same
I
way?
did. I don't know. I'm never going to know. No one's ever going to know.
Yeah, they're really close. I always have them close. I got T 23, Jamar 25, and then Boyd a little bit further down. So I think T and Chase, you got to start. Boyd, if you're looking for a flex play, maybe. Moving on to the Steelers, Deontay Johnson's a bit banged up. Definitely something to monitor through Friday's practice. We know he's the number 1 if he does play. But if he does not, how would this change your ranks for Juju and Claypool?
Both of them move up, but I would like Claypool over Juju.
Really?
I actually like Juju.
Yeah.
still
I
over
like Juju
Claypool.
more.
I would take Claypool over Juju.
I only have them a spot apart though, so
Yeah, I always have them really close. Right now, I have them at 36 and 37. I have Claypool 1 spot over just for the more upside. If I'm looking for a flex, but if it becomes without Deontay Johnson, I could see Juju easily getting that volume. So then I probably lean towards Juju. But you're starting them both either way, especially if Deontay does not end up playing. And Najee Harris locked in for this matchup. Do not question it. Did he crack your top 10 this week for you guys?
Number 8.
He did.
number 7, yeah.
Jeez,
course.
I got him at
Where you got him,
5.
I got him right at 10. So still in my top 10.
That
I
volume
like some Najee this week,
man.
especially against this Bengals defense.
Bengals defense, garbage.
Yeah, not so hot. All right, let's pick this game. Bengals at the Steelers.
Steel City.
Steelers.
All right,
You
it's been
said Steelers.
pretty clean sweeps here thus
Shittsburg.
far. We'll keep it rolling. Colts at the Titans. So it looks like Wentz is most likely not playing with an outside shot with his bad ankles, both ankles. Are you starting anyone here outside of Jonathan Taylor if Wentz does not play?
No, but these
Nah.
quarterbacks, I wouldn't be surprised if they were to force feed Pittman.
I wouldn't be either, but
What else
I
are they
would
gonna
not
do?
be confidently starting him.
No.
But if Wentz was playing, I think Pittman would jump into the flex territory if Wentz somehow gets a shot before the game or something and somehow is ready to
Or
go.
some new ankles.
Yeah, or some new ankles, put some tape on those things. But other than that, yeah, Jonathan Taylor is the only guy I'd be comfortable starting. as of right now. Moving on to the Titans. Are you confident starting Ryan Tannehill again this week after some mediocre performances?
Hell no.
Has to bounce
Hell
back.
no. I'm not.
I'm considering starting Kirk Cousins over him. And I think I'm going to do it.
I think you should too. I honestly think you should.
I think I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I got Tannehill at 14. So he's right outside that starter. This is the lowest I've had him in a while. I do have Kirk Cousins at 13, Matt, if that helps you make your decision. It's a pretty close toss up there. I do think he does bounce back, especially this game. He does have a pretty good shot to bounce back, but I'm not confident in it. I'm not 100% on that. Like, it still could be another Derrick Henry game, especially with the backup quarterbacks in Indy. Titans could go up and it could just be over before it starts. Speaking of Derrick Henry, he's locked in. Don't overthink that one. But how did you rank A.J. Brown and Julio after both being somewhat up and down through 2 weeks?
AJ at 14 and Julio at 19. The gap is closing.
Yeah,
That was so suspenseful.
it was. I think I have like the same gap. I have AJ Brown at 11, Julio at 17. I'm still confident in AJ Brown and his talent. I'm not worried about either of them though.
I actually lied. I have AJ at 15 and Julio at 18. So the gap is closed just 1 inch more.
Ooh, juicy.
They're about to hit 16 and 17 in the next minute.
Right. And then Julio over him.
Oh, I lied again.
Yeah. You're starting both. Don't overthink it. Let's pick this game. Colts at the Titans.
Titans.
We sweeping again?
Yeah, we're sweeping again. Tighten up, baby.
Is
Gotta
this just
pick the Titans.
Is this just that easy of a week?
I think there's some juicy ones coming up.
Yeah, they're coming out.
We did have one difference where Q picked the Giants. So,
Oh, right.
all right.
You're
Today's
different.
sponsor is the Thrive Fantasy app for iOS and Android. Shocker. The Thrive Fantasy app is a daily fantasy sports app for player props and sports betting. If you download the Thrive Fantasy app today, use our promo code SUPERFB. That is SUPERFB, and you deposit $20 or more, you'll receive an instant $50 bonus. So go check out the Thrive Fantasy app today. Use our code and win some delectable money.
Delectable?
Delectable.
Sounds like chocolate.
A little bit.
Delicatessen.
Yes. All right. Chargers at the Chiefs. Should be a pretty good game here. Starting with the Los Angeles Chargers. Jay Urbo, Justin Herbert. Is it a bounce back week for him this week? He's going to have to throw a ton here. What do you guys think?
I think so.
Definitely. And the Chiefs have like one of the worst defenses in the league right now.
Yeah,
So,
that Chiefs defense is not.
Not a big fan of their secondary, especially.
Yeah, I got him at 10. Still a little bit nervous after the first couple weeks, but he'll be fine. I got him at 10. I think this is the week where he's going to have to throw a ton.
I got him at 6. I mean, both of his receivers so far have looked great. So
That's all in on Jay Urbo.
playing catch up against the Chiefs, he's going to have to throw. The receivers are going to be able to get open against the secondary, so he's just going to munch.
Let's not assume he's playing catch up.
Ooh, spicy.
Okay, cute.
That doesn't mean I'm taking the Chargers. I'm just saying.
It sounds like you
Take
are.
the Chargers.
It could just be like Chiefs last second field goal or something.
Yeah.
Still, he's going to have to keep it close.
Yeah. I think it's going to be more of a shootout than a defensive battle here. Austin Eckler locked in after a big week. We saw him get the targets he needed. Keenan Allen locked in as well. Is Mike Williams pushing must-start territory here?
He's in must-start territory.
Matt, get off, dude.
No,
I tried to put
I'm
you on weeks ago, and you
I'm on.
completely
I'm
shut
on,
me down.
T-Gods. I'm on.
You
Well,
tried
you're
to
not
put him
welcome
on
here.
when you were telling him that
We're all
Mike
on
Williams is
now.
not injury prone, and you gave him that he's only missed like one game and however many.
Because
seasons.
he's one of those players that from your memory, he seems injury prone. He's always missing
Oh, yeah.
games.
Yeah.
It seems like he never plays a full
It's
season.
the Irish goodbyes in the middle of the games.
Yeah, always the Irish goodbyes with Mike Williams. But yeah, I got him at 32. Solid flex option. The targets are there. You got to start him.
Are
I'm
you
at
starting
25.
him?
Just
Are you
I
saying.
got
starting him?
22.
I got him at 25.
Matt's all in.
Matt's
22.
really all in.
Matt said wide receiver 2 this week. Mike
He's
Williams.
had more
Plug him
targets
in.
than Keenan Allen so far this year.
Are you
Yeah.
starting Mike Williams or Brandon Cooks tonight or last night?
I would start Brandon Cooks, but it's pretty close.
Brandon Cooks is a must start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most underrated receiver in the league.
Bro, did you see he had 14 targets and the next closest receiver had 2?
I wonder
Yeah,
that
but he's
was.
just
I
getting
did not
fed.
see that.
There's no one else out there. He's getting fed. You're starting Brandon Cooks, although you probably already did.
Hopefully you did
If you're
start
watching
Brandon
this.
Cooks.
Yeah, hopefully you started Brandon Cooks because he probably had a decent game. Moving on to the
you just
Chiefs.
Jinxed it so hard.
Yeah, if he does bad, I'm gonna be the one to say I
No.
told you so.
Whatever. Moving on to the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce.
Come on.
Come on now. This is your ABCs. You're
Is
starting them.
this the beginning of the end of Tyreek Hill? Big
What?
stinker. Big
Sound
stinker
like a
last week.
Stop.
Oh, shut up, Q.
All right. When he gets another stinker,
All right, Q.
I'm
If he
off
gets another
pod.
stinker this week, you can come. You can come talk to us next week.
nah.
What about Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
Now that's
Any
a stinker.
confidence in a bounce back?
No.
Confidence?
No.
No. Am I starting him? You probably have to. But
Yeah.
Yeah, because you haven't found a solution to replace him yet. Like, when is the game script ever in favor of Clyde Edwards-Helaire where they're like, we need to feed him the ball?
never.
Never.
Because even if they're up, they're throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They
he
won't
had
even
no
throw it.
involvement in the passing game last week. He had 0 targets.
Yeah. It's just the way Mahomes plays. I think I mentioned that in our last podcast. Like Mahomes is always looking downfield to move the ball downfield. He's not a check down guy.
Not in his vocabulary.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire was one of the best pass catching backs coming out of that draft class. And then they just don't use him. I think in 17 games he's played in the NFL, he's had 42 catches. So it's not that many for a guy that was an elite pass catcher. You want him to get 50 plus at least. But Mahomes isn't looking his way. So that's hurts his floor, hurts his upside. But you still probably have to start him this week if you have him.
He'd rather throw an interception than just check
would.
down to Clyde.
Yeah.
He did last week.
Yeah. All right, let's pick this game. Chargers at the Chiefs. Q getting cute?
No.
Boo.
Let's take Chiefs.
I'm taking the Chiefs too.
But go Jay Herbo.
I'm never going to
Sweet.
not pick the Chiefs.
Let's go Jay Herbo and Key.
Yeah, it's tough to pick
And
against the
Ash.
Chiefs, even though they lost
If
last
they
week.
played Tampa Bay this year, I would pick Tampa Bay.
Ooh.
Tampa Bay is somebody that I may never pick against, except for when they play the Eagles.
Yeah, that is a team I might not ever pick against.
They'd cook
Yep.
us.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know.
Saints
False hope.
at the Patriots. Jameis Winston far off the starting radar again.
He's
Bro,
never on
Yeah.
it. Never on it.
Jameis is back to fucking vintage Jameis Winston.
It only
Yeah.
took 1 week or
One
2
week.
weeks.
1 week, and he's going to throw 6 touchdowns this week, and we're going to be back next week.
Yeah, honestly, he's going to be so up and down. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a great week this week, but I don't know. He's way too inconsistent to like
The most inconsistent.
start him and trust him.
Yeah. Do not start Jameis Winston unless you're a crazy person. Did you downgrade Alvin Kamara after a bad week in week 2?
I did.
If you call ranking him number 5 a
Yeah.
downgrade,
That
aside
is
from
for
number
Kamara,
3,
bro. That is a downgrade.
That is a
then,
downgrade.
Yeah, let's get technical like Sean. I downgraded him slightly.
But it's not even like
Minuscule.
his fault. It's just like
It's not.
that whole team.
It's the way Jameis plays.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I moved him down as well to 4, which really isn't moving him down. You're starting him, but I did move Derrick Henry above him. So you're starting Alvin Kamara this week, no doubt. But you're starting anyone else for the Saints team?
No shot, dude.
No way in hell.
Maybe
Nope,
their
nope, nope.
defense.
Oh my God. I think I am starting their defense. I
I
capped so
am
hard.
in one of my leagues. I am.
Yeah, maybe their defense. Mac Jones, game manager type guy. You're not starting Mac Jones. But where did you rank the Patriots running back duo this week? Are both startable, Damian Harris and James White.
Yes, they are. I
I
got
think
Damian
you're-
Harris 21, James White 29.
I'm still feeling a little more confident starting Harris, though.
100%.
He's gonna get majority of the work.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. I got Damian Harris at 17, actually, so I'm super high on him.
Sheesh.
I got James White at 29 as well. So solid flex play there for James White.
Very solid.
Rock solid. Are you comfortable starting any Patriots pass catchers right now? tight ends, wide receivers. What's the deal here?
No,
Nah.
Yeah. Q,
Not
no.
yet.
Not Aguilar?
I can be realistic when I have to be.
Proud of you.
Q's growing
You're
up.
A
maturing.
little bit.
All right, let's pick this game. Saints at the Pats. Who you guys got?
This one should be interesting.
This one should be interesting, but I'm still taking this.
Oh,
I got the Saints. I got the Saints.
I'm taking
I
the
got
Patriots.
Saints.
Give me the Patriots, please.
Ooh, we're split. Let's go, Teagues.
Give me
I'm
the Patriots.
still mad at you.
I like Mike Williams now. You should be happy.
I'm about to go to the Patriots. Leave you alone.
Do it, please.
I can't. I already penned it in.
Yeah, it's penned in. Once it's
Sign it
penned,
with your
it's
blood.
locked. All right, Washington football team at the Bills. Scary Terry and Logan Thomas are locked in as starters. But do you have any nervousness about Antonio Gibson after 2 just okay games? Or are you still rolling him out there with 100% confidence?
Nah, because if that coach is a man of his word, they're going to get him involved. So, I mean, his time is coming. He is the lead back for a reason. And I think this week he has a good matchup. Unless the football team goes down to the Bills, they might try and work McKissick in there just passing the ball. But I
Which is
see this
possible.
it's very possible. But I see Gibson having a good game this week.
Yeah, I would agree with all of those statements there, Matt. Is JD McKissick, though, as you mentioned, is he on the flex radar at this point?
A little bit.
Of course.
A little bit.
You can't score 20 points and then not be on the radar after having a history of being a pretty good flex play.
Yeah, I got him at 37, so not 100% sold after only 1 catch for 8 yards in week 1 and then a big week 2.
Yeah.
But McKissick is definitely a flex option, kind of in the same realm as like Jamal Williams, probably a little bit lower than him, though, more like Naheem Hines area. Pretty decent flex option. But moving on to the Bills, Josh Allen and Diggs, set it and forget it. But Q, we're still waiting on that big game from both of those guys that you predicted to be number 1 at both spots. Any chance it comes this week?
Yeah, this defense is kind of suspect. He almost had like a 30-point performance, Josh Allen last week, if his touchdown wasn't taken away. So we would be talking a little differently if that were to happen. But
yeah, for sure. And obviously we're expecting it to come, but at QB 19 right now, some people might be nervous out there, but you're starting Josh Allen. Got to start him.
do you think there's a chance that Derek Carr finishes over him? I'm sure Derek Carr's like QB what?
Finishes over him for the season.
QB 6
I think
right
he's
now.
like 6. Yeah.
No, I don't think there's a shot he finishes over Josh Allen for the season.
I agree.
T-odds might.
No. Josh, bro, no.
Come on, man.
All right. What about Devin Singletary? Did he crack your top 30 yet, or still a little bit nervous here?
I got him at 28.
Ooh,
I got him
okay,
at
Matt.
27.
He
Oh,
would be top
T-odds.
25 if his volume was a little bit more. Like I said, last pod, he's only had, I believe, 11 carries week 1, 13 last week. So, I mean, if he gets up close to the 18, 20 carry range, he could easily be in that RB2 conversation. But his volume is limiting him to only a flex play so far.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I got him at 34. So I'm obviously not as confident as you guys are, but I still think he's in that flex category right now. And Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders, are they no more than flex plays at this point?
Yep.
I think I'd be
Not
more
even confident
confident
enough.
starting Sanders, but I'd rather have neither.
Yeah.
I'd
I'd avoid
rather
both
have
if I
neither
could.
too.
All right, let's pick this game. Football team at the Bills.
The Bills.
Bills.
I'm taking
Bills.
the Bills. Got to add a little spice when we're all sweeping here. Dolphins at the Raiders with Jacoby Brissett at the helm and Will Fuller expected to make his debut. Are any of these Dolphins wide receivers or pass catchers worth starting this week?
Not
No.
with Brissett. If Tua was at the helm, yeah, I would take a shot and start Fuller, maybe D Park as well. But with Brissett under center, I just don't trust that whatsoever.
Yeah, I've got them all outside my top 45. So I
Me
have
too.
Fuller at
Same.
45, actually. So I guess that's in the top 45, but not 100% confident in any of them. I'd rather wait and see to see what Brissett does in a game where he's not coming in as a backup before trusting them. And Myles Gaskin only has 14 carries on the season, 9 catches keeps him at a safe floor. Is he still an RB2 option for you guys right now?
For me, I got him at 22.
I'm at 26.
Ooh.
I don't know. I think Brissett brings them all down a little bit.
Or it could bring him up.
He could bring, if anybody goes up with Brissett in, it's got to be Gaskin.
Got to be Gaskin, right?
Yeah, I'd have the most confidence in him being the one, but
Yeah, I got Gaskin at 24. You hope that he gets some more volume here. 14 carries through 2 games, 7 carries a game is not pretty. You want to see him get at least 10 and become like the number 1 RB on this team. But they've been down a lot. It's been tough to really get them the running game going. So hopefully
I wish
they
they
can
could
be a little
get
bit
him
more
going,
competitive.
man. He was so good last year when he was healthy. It's a shame to see a slow start.
Yeah, I think better days are ahead for him. But moving on to the Raiders, did Derek Carr crack your top 12 this week among quarterbacks?
Number 12.
yeah, number 12 as well.
Number
Yeah.
12.
Matt, where you got him?
I got him at 12.
Oh, you all got him at 12. Wow.
Sean, where do
John
you
has
have
him
him?
at 18.
15. So not 12.
It was almost guaranteed 12.
I have Teddy Bridgewater 12, but we'll get into that.
Yeah,
Derek
come
Carr,
on.
Derek Carr's been rock solid. I just don't know how much he's going to have to throw in this game. That would be the only thing that would.
I don't know. You saw the Bills just tear up this defense that is supposed to be good, but
Yeah, they tore it up. But
also
Josh
Josh
Allen
Allen.
didn't do that much, you know. I mean, he had a
he
good
did what
game.
he had to.
He did what he had to. Derek Carr going to do what he had to. We shall see.
That's throw the ball.
But moving on from Derek Carr, Darren Waller is locked in.
Number 1.
And Josh Jacobs, number 1 Q.
Number
I
one.
like this.
Wow.
That's a little
Come on.
spicy.
Wow.
Kelsey's number 1 for me. No
I should
doubt.
just say Gronk's number
No
1 because
doubt.
he is number 1.
Yeah, could be Gronk too.
Gronk over Kittle.
Okay. Q's just throwing out takes now.
Yeah, he's Gronk's the greatest football
Fuck
player
trivia.
ever.
Fuck trivia. Let me just take you to my Gronk shrine.
Yeah, we're just going to Q's Gronk 5 minutes. We'll just talk about Gronk at the end of every
Letter
episode.
to Gronk.
The spotlight.
Josh Jacobs is super questionable, apparently. So it's looking like probably doubtful. And if he does miss again, do you have any confidence in Kenyon Drake after this past week?
I want to know where you got that super doubtful came from the questionable. He's
That
practiced today. He just had yesterday. He had a red shirt on. They're probably
non-contact
just
jersey.
yeah, but
On
they're probably,
Wednesday, they said he was super questionable for this week.
Non-contact jersey is never a good sign.
but they're
never.
probably just they don't want him to take any unnecessary hits.
Well, because he can't take them right now because he's
But
banged up.
let's
and
wait for game
He
day
heard
to take the
everything,
hits.
remember? Heard everything last week.
Super
He was
questionable.
in a
Heard
body
everything.
cast.
They're
I mean,
using
if-
like the most unprofessional wordings for Josh Jacobs,
Who do you think's giving him the unprofessional wordings? Probably John Gruden.
Mark Davis.
One of those two. But yeah, if Josh Jacobs plays, you're probably playing him. If he does miss, do you have any confidence in Kenyon Drake?
Maybe.
No.
I hate him.
Yo,
hate him.
you can't. Come on.
I hate.
I got him at
I'll
30.
get you to like him by the end of the season.
He got you to like Mike
Maybe.
Williams.
I have him at 34. So if anything, he's like a very low end flex play.
Yeah, he's had a solid floor, 5 catches in each game thus far. But the running has been absolutely terrible. He has 13 carries for 20 yards through 2 games. So been ugly.
He's warming
Going
up.
strong.
Chill,
He's
he's
going
warming up.
strong.
But he did play Baltimore and Pittsburgh. So they obviously have some pretty solid run defenses. We'll see what he can do against Miami, his former team. Revenge game, maybe.
Ooh, juicy.
The best narrative for any any player going back to his old team.
All right. Other than that, are Ruggs and Renfro worth a look yet or way too risky still?
Way too risky, but I would keep an
Uh,
eye on
yeah.
Ruggs.
I want to say too risky, but I mean, I have Derek Carr at 12. He's got to throw it to someone.
Or somebody. I think Renfro has like 10 plus points in both games thus far. And Ruggs
He's the
obviously
new
had a
Cole
big game
Beasley.
last week.
I was just about to say Renfro might be the Cole Beasley of this year.
Yeah. If Derek Carr has to keep throwing like this, for sure. Renfro
More
could have a
respect
solid,
Cole Beasley.
solid floor there. But yeah, I would probably wait another week on either of them
Yeah.
in my
Yep.
lineup. But they're definitely worth putting on your bench. All right, let's pick this game. Dolphins at the Raiders.
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 All right, here we go. Sweeping again.
I'd sweep
Wow,
this
I
one.
thought that was going to be close.
Yeah, maybe if Tua was playing.
Yeah, good point, man. Good
I
point.
probably would still go Raiders.
Me too.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they just beat the Steelers and the Ravens. It's kind of hard to pick against them right now until they lose.
They're going undefeated.
They play the Eagles at the end of the season.
Ravens beat the Chiefs. Raiders beat the Ravens. Raiders are better than the Chiefs.
Yep.
They are.
By
Look
default.
at the standings.
All right, Jets at the Broncos. Let's keep it rolling. Are you comfortable starting any Jets this week at all after Corey Davis's bad performance?
No.
Corey Davis is the only one you are starting if you're starting any of them, but confident, low.
Yeah,
If Zach
confidence
Wilson's
is low.
starting, not starting a Jet.
Well, I don't know if you want their backup starting because I don't think the
He
Jets
might not
know
throw
who that
4
is.
picks.
You're right. You may not throw at all.
Yeah, I think they're just going to keep rolling him out there. We shall see. But did Teddy Two Gloves crack your top 10 this week, top 12 area after 2 solid starts, and now he gets the Jets?
14.
15.
Got him at 16.
So I'm the only one who put him in the top 12.
Yeah.
Love me some Teddy Bridgewater this week. The Jets are bad. Teddy Bridgewater has had a solid couple starts to start the season here, so confident in him if I needed a quarterback to plug in. Continuing with the Broncos, how high did Cortland Sutton climb in your ranks after that huge game last week?
24.
23.
Got him at 25.
Yeah, I got him at 26, right down the
Ooh.
ladder.
Ooh.
I think he's right in that high, low end wide receiver 2, high end flex play. If you have him, you're probably
Definitely
starting
start
him
him.
unless you
Yes.
have a deep bench here. But yeah, Cortland Sutton looks good with.
Yeah, this is
Jerry
what I
Jeudy out.
drafted him to be last year. He just had to get hurt.
Had to get hurt. Noah Fant questionable. You're starting him if he plays. Sorry, T-Gods, especially against the Jets. You got to start him.
I mean, I really got nothing. Tight ends suck. I'd probably start him too if I had him.
Yeah, you can't disagree.
But what about Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams? Are they both flex options this week? Is Melv in the RB2 territory?
I think they'll go big enough where they'll be running it, but I don't know how confident I am with who it'll be. They could just let Javonte get his rookie debut masterclass against the Jets.
Actually,
Learn how to
ranked
run.
Javonte ahead of Melvin Gordon this week.
Yeah, that's wild.
At 25.
You
Melv
love
at
him.
27. I'm high on him. He looked good last week. I think he had a better yards per carry again, aside from obviously the big run for Melvin Gordon, of course.
Oh,
In the first game.
What seems to be the thing that's consistent here? A big run by Melvin Gordon, not Javonte Williams.
Well, that was only in the first game.
He had a run before that second half, the first half last game too.
He had the catch. It was like a 30-yard catch. Yeah, but he still
Well,
only
it's not
averaged
Javonte Williams.
2.4 yards per carry on 13 carries. So that was pretty ugly for Melv. Moving on to Javonte Williams, though, he averaged 4.9 yards per carry on 13 carries. Looked more efficient. That's why I'm a little bit higher on him, especially against the Jets. If he gets going, I think they're going to keep feeding him. But it's going to be both. So I got them both in that low-end RB2 flex range. But you're probably starting Melv if you had both on your roster, just because that's the consensus right now. Let's pick this one, though. Jets at the Broncos. Who you got?
Broncos.
Bro,
Come
I
on
will
now.
never
It's the
pick the
Broncos.
Jets.
Never ever.
Jets against the Jets.
Ooh, that's a tough game.
Not picking the Jets.
I might pick the B team for the
A
Jets.
tie.
I would pick I would pick a tie.
All right, Seahawks at the Vikings. Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and Chris Carson, all must starts as always. Don't need to go into too much detail here, aside from the fact that, Matt, is this the week your boy Metcalf finally has a huge game instead of Tyler Lockett?
Wouldn't be surprised, but you will be surprised that I have Lockett ranked over DK this week.
I will after you came at me the other day.
Yeah, I think I did the same as – actually, I still have DK ahead of him, but I have them both in the top 10. So
I have Lockett 6, DK 8.
DK 7, Lockett 10.
4 and 9, and Lockett is not
It's
at 9.
4.
I knew you were going to have him at 4. Keep where you got him at.
Wow.
6 and 7, Lockett, Metcalf.
Yeah, right together, hugging. That's probably more likely. They're both going to
Hugging.
be very good. You're starting both. And for the Vikings, it's kind of a similar situation. Dalvin Cook, if he plays, you're starting him. Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen, they're all must starts. Obviously, if it's Madison, you downgrade him a little bit compared to Cook, but you're probably starting him too if you have him as the handcuff. But Kirk
Yeah.
Cousins, though, must start territory.
Must start. I don't know about that.
Yeah, he's getting.
Start him over Tannehill territory.
Yes.
Yeah, I got him at 13, so
He's there.
one spot ahead of Tanny. Got to start Kirk Cousins if you have
Those
them.
weapons are just
kind of,
too
not really,
good, man. If he just even plays decent, he can have a good game every week.
Yeah, and this game should be another shootout, so that's why I moved them up too. Like the Seahawks have been in 2 back-to-back shootouts. I wouldn't be shocked if they're in a third one here, and the Vikings as well. I mean, that game with the Cardinals was crazy. So
He has had a game with these weapons though. Last year he finished like -4, I believe. I don't know if you remember.
Kirk will always
He
have
still
those
finished
Kirk games.
QB 13, man.
Well, I think meant on that game.
Yeah.
That week he finished QB 13 with -4.
Oh no,
That's
on the year.
Other than that, for the Vikings, how about KJ Osborne? Where did you rank him after 2 solid performances?
Not in my
ranked.
top 40.
Yeah, not right.
Yeah, I couldn't rank him that high either. He's definitely worth adding to your bench, but still too early to plug him in and start him with the utmost confidence here.
I'll actually put him at 40 because I have to delete AB. Probably. There you go. Number 40 for Mr. Osborne.
Ozzy.
I got him at like 60 some, so not 100% confident just yet. But let's pick this game. Seahawks at the Vikings. Maybe
This
some
is a
juice
good
here.
one. This is a good one to pick.
I'll go first. I'm taking the Seahawks.
Yeah,
Who's
take the
home?
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
The
Seahawks
no,
at
it's the
home.
Vikings.
No, the Vikings are home. Vikings are home. Vikings are home.
I'll take the
Sorry.
Vikings.
Oh, okay. I'm still taking the Seahawks.
Yeah.
They lost in a tough one last week. So did the Vikings. but
See, guys,
Give
this
me
is
the
a game
Seahawks
where you
bounce
could
back.
bounce back. You can get a point on all of us.
I had a point last week on all you guys. I picked the Cowboys.
Oh, you did.
I think I did.
Son of a gun.
I think I also picked someone else that was juicy. Doesn't matter. Don't wait for me.
All right. Bucks at the Rams. Got 3 more games to get through here before Q's trivia. Starting with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tom Brady locked in again this week, even with the tougher matchup. You're still starting him. And Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Gronk all must starts now,
Yep.
especially with AB on the COVID list.
They all had great games last week with AB playing.
Yeah.
Last year when they played the Rams, AB is who had the big game because I guess Ramsey he was covered at the slot, so Godwin was being covered by Ramsey. I don't know what it'll be this year, but it'll be a must start all of them, even if AB was playing. It'd be hard to bench any of them.
Yeah. It's really hard to bench any of them at any point. Even if Antonio Brown plays, I think you probably should still start him too in your flex. But it doesn't look like Fournette is now the true starter over Ronald Jones through 2 weeks.
2 consecutive fumbles by Rojo in 2 weeks. Fournette
You had a
looks
chance.
solid. He's been involved in the passing game. I like Fournette a lot.
Where'd you rank him this week, Matt?
Where do I have Fournette? I got him 26. So like a flex play, nice little flex play.
Got him a little lower. I got him at 35, but I still
A
think he
little.
could have a solid game.
Yeah, that's a
little
lot.
lower.
That's almost 10
9
spots.
spots.
Can't count.
9 spots is not bad. Yeah. I mean, I'd still just have a bias against Fournette. I still like Ronald Jones. I want him to get the work, but it's not happening. So probably going to have to move him up when I go through my ranks before the weekend. But looking at the Rams, Matt Stafford with another tough matchup here against the Bucs D. Is he still locked in top 12 for you guys?
I got him at 11.
Got
Yeah,
him
the
11
Bucks
too.
D, I think their one weak spot is like the coverage of passing. Running, I don't know how you're gonna feel about Daryl, which we'll probably talk about, but Stafford, he's gonna have to throw the ball, and Cup is unreal right now.
I got Cup at 3.
I got Stafford at 11.
That's
as well.
wild.
No,
Do you
it's
have
not.
Stafford at 11?
No, it's not. They're going to be throwing the ball
What?
so much.
Do you have Stafford at 11?
I do.
So we all got him at 11. So Stafford's guaranteed to finish.
Guaranteed 11.
Top
Guaranteed
11.
Top 12.
But yeah, Cooper Cup at 3. T-Gods,
Why?
Not that juicy.
I
Not
have
I
that
have
him
him at
juicy.
five.
9. I have him at 9.
I think, I don't know where I put him.
He's
Did he
literally
say?
number 2 right now.
I got him at 12.
Okay.
I got Woods at
12
22.
might be low on that.
Yeah, a little too low.
I still think the tides turn and Woods has a big game coming himself too. So
I
like,
do.
I don't think it's going
I
to be
do.
all Cup. Although Cooper Cup and Matt Stafford eat breakfast together every day. Like they are
I wonder what they eat.
bros. I don't know what they eat, but
Grits.
Each
they,
other's ass.
like
Oh, come
they've
on.
become really good friends over the
Grow
past
up,
couple
man.
months. So obviously the connection is working. You're starting both. even if Woods is off to a bit of a slower start, starting both, but Kupp obviously has the edge this far. Daryl Henderson is banged up as well, but if he's healthy, he's a solid RB2 option again this week, right?
No, wrong.
Even if he's healthy, you're not starting him, Q?
Yeah, I lied. Right. 21.
Yeah, I got him at 23, lowered him a little bit just because Tampa Bay. But I think if you have him, you're probably still starting him. He's been
I like him more as
solid
a
through 2
flex
games.
rather than a RB2.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a little nervous about the Bucs D, but I think you still have to start him somewhere in your lineup. Also a down week for Tyler Higbee. Is he still around the top 12 for you guys?
Let me take a
Nope.
look. See, I got him
Actually,
at 11.
yes, I have him at 10.
I got
You
him.
said no, I got him at 10.
Take 2.
I got him at 12. So
I have him at 11. So yeah.
low end tight end 1. He's in that same tier down there with like Jared Cook. Those kind of guys. Higbee, startable if you're looking for someone. But let's pick this game. This one should be a very good game. Bucs at the Rams. Who you guys got?
Bucks.
Give me the Rams, baby.
Oh my
I'm
God.
taking the Rams. I'm
Oh,
taking
okay.
the Rams.
Let's go.
Give me the
Q.
Rams.
Let's go,
Juicy.
Q.
Brady's probably have to throw another 5 touchdowns because I don't think they're running on that Rams D.
We shall see. Definitely should be a good game. Probably the game of the week. Let's get through the last 2 here real quick. Packers at the 49ers. Sunday night football. Confidence back on Rodgers, Jones, and Adams this week.
Yes. It never
Yes.
left.
It left a little tiny bit, like
No.
1%.
Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to
it
yourself.
did 1%.
It did. Yeah, it's back. It's back. You're starting him 100%. And Robert Tonyan also back in the top 12 tight ends for you guys after finding the end zone last week.
Got him at 12.
On a dot.
I got him at 13. Sorry, Matt.
Alright.
T-Gods.
As well.
I can't blame you. I mean, he's not the greatest. He only had 3 targets and he caught all 3 of them, and one just so happened to be a touchdown.
Yeah, I got him at 11. So I'm actually the highest. I think I'm starting him if I have him because you probably don't have that much of a better option that might catch a touchdown. But moving on to the 49ers, Deebo Samuel must start. Kittle also must start. But did you downgrade him after
no,
the slow
you're
start?
starting Kittle.
Did you downgrade
Downgraded
him?
him technically
Yes.
because now he's number 4 instead of 3.
I got
Yep.
him at 5 this week.
Who do you have
The
at
lowest
4?
in a while.
Gronk?
Mark Andrews. I told you that already.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Back in on Mark Andrews against the Lions. Although Q
Man.
hates him.
Can't disagree.
Right, I'm not wrong, though. I haven't been wrong with my take.
I haven't been wrong just yet, but I think you'll be wrong this week. Eli Mitchell, super banged up. Sermon in the concussion protocol, but it's looking like Sermon might be healthy enough to get out there. Jermichael Hasty already ruled out. Mitchell, if he plays, probably still the guy for us here. But if he's out, do you have any confidence in guys like Trenton Cannon or possibly Kerryon Johnson?
No,
How about Chris Thompson?
don't
No,
want
to
that
the
headache.
fuck no.
They added Chris
CT.
Thompson too.
They did.
Yeah, they
CT.
Did
did.
not see that one.
They at least
No
have
confidence
10
in Chris
running
Thompson.
backs on their roster every year.
Dave
Yeah.
probably has confidence in Chris Thompson.
He might.
CT.
Yeah.
CT.
Yeah. Honestly, this backfield's kind of scary this week. I would probably avoid it if I could. If Sermon is the only one healthy and Eli Mitchell's out, I might lean Sermon just because he's still at the top there, but still nervous there. Backfield's ugly. Also, Brandon Ayuk, we're still leaving him on the bench until proven otherwise.
Hell to the yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
think you could start him anytime soon until you see him get more involved in this offense. Got to see him out there a couple times with the Eagles, but still not enough.
This may be one of like the
One
biggest like
catch.
fantasy confusions so far this season. Like none of us expected.
Biggest bust so far this season.
Definitely.
Kyle
the
Shanahan.
biggest.
Trevor might be a bigger bust.
No, because you weren't drafting Trevor and expecting
All right,
to
fantasy
start
wise,
him.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, fantasy wise, Ayuk might be. He's
Yeah,
up
he
there.
may be the biggest bust.
And even real life, it's still Zach Wilson. He was pick number 2 and he's throwing 4
Yeah,
picks a
yeah.
game.
Horrible.
Yeah. All right, let's pick this game. Packers at the Niners. Who we got?
Packers.
Packers.
I don't have faith in that. San
Nobody's-
Francisco.
Nobody's picking the
Growing.
Niners.
I got to take the Packers. After that game against the Lions, they're back. Swagger's back. They'll be fine.
Aaron
Got my
Jones.
swagger back.
All right, Eagles, go Birds at the Cowboys for Monday Night Football. Jalen Hurts, even in a down game this past week, still managed 21.8 points. Is he top 10 again for you guys this week?
Yep. Got him right at number 10.
You got him at 5?
I have him at 5 also.
Big Monday night game. Big
Cowboys
shootout.
D ass.
You got him over
This is
Dak.
his first Dallas week.
I do. I have him over Dak. I have Dak at 6.
No, he played against Dallas before.
Okay.
Did he?
Yeah, I also have Dak at 6. Spoiling that already. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, you're starting him. Is this a bounce back week for Booby Sanders, Dallas Goedert, or can we hopefully get them back this week?
Hopefully Goddard. Booby should be fine. I want to see Goddard get more involved. Like I said last pod, he only has 7 targets throughout the first 2 weeks. I mean, nobody's going to do anything with fucking 7 targets over 2 weeks. So, yeah. I mean, but Hurts has the ability to run. So if he gets in trouble, he's running. But I would like to see him look for his tight ends because I feel like that's really one of our strong points on our team. So, I mean,
yeah, he's either running or like throwing it to the outside where it seems to be that's where he's targeting the receivers on the outside towards the sideline. But
yeah, you want to see the ball get more involved with the tight ends over the middle. And I think that will happen. I think better days are ahead for Goddard and Booby this week. For Devontae Smith and Jalen Reagor, both flex options this week.
I'll start Smith.
Yeah, I still don't want to start Reagor.
Reagor was a step away from a touchdown again this week. So
yeah, well,
tough break there. Probably not
can't
starting.
Take it away.
They were also
Smith. You could start.
They were a Philly away from winning that game too.
Oh,
yeah. Moving on to the Cowboys, confidently starting Dak. T-God and I already mentioned we both got him at 6. CD and Coop both startable as well, as long as Amari Cooper's playing.
9 and 10.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you got to start both. Don't be shocked though if Amari Cooper gets locked up. Last season, I think in week 7 or 8 against Darius Slay, he had 1 catch for 5 yards. So he could have a down game against Darius Slay, but you're obviously starting him. You got to start him. He's going to be involved, especially if this is a close game. Ezekiel Elliott still must start here after a good sign. Where did you rank him this week?
13.
I'm at 12, and that saddens me.
14.
I might actually be the highest on him out of all of us here. Yeah, I got him at 9. I'm back on Zeke after that game. I think he'll be fine. You got to start him. But Tony Pollard, his counterpart, is he a flex option this week or still too risky?
Way too risky. I like Pollard a lot, but like I said before, it's hard to start a backup.
Unless you're Kareem Hunt.
They use him.
But the volume isn't guaranteed week in and week out.
I mean, the volume was there last week, but 28% of the snaps scares me through the 2 games.
Yeah,
if they have another game similar to week 1 where Pollard does everything then compared to Zeke, then I think this is a bigger conversation.
Yeah, I think the one game he'll be involved, but I don't think he's going to be startable just yet.
No.
Pick this game. Eagles at the Cowboys.
Eagles.
You guys got.
And it's not going to be close.
Fly, baby.
Give me the Birds.
Not picking against the Birds, especially
not picking the
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Dallas.
I'm taking the Birds.
All right. I like it, T-Gods. I like to hear it.
Proud of you.
All right, Q. Let's get into some trivia. That's a wrap for the matchups. What do you got for us today?
I've got you 2 questions. One of these days, there'll be a couple more. We'll get back to the 5 questions and Matt's anger, even though it's still coming with the 2 questions.
Yo, because some of the questions you be having, man, they're sus.
Internet doesn't usually lie.
It's been lying to you.
I know. That's why I said doesn't usually. All right.
What you got?
So week 3 of 2020. I don't know if you guys thinking back too far. It's all both are last season questions. Week 3 of 2020. This receiver posted the 3rd ever stat line of 222 in NFL history. If you want to give you the categories, I can. You might need them. But Matt
already
I already know who it is.
Wide receiver.
Sorry, explain what 222 is.
Well, that's gonna give
Once
it away.
he says it, this is a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just give you 2 of the 3 categories. It's 2 catches for 2 yards.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I trolled.
Yeah.
Then I know who it is. I was so confused. I was like, bro, did he have 200?
2 catches, 2 yards, 2 fumbles.
All right. I think we all got this one.
It's Mike Evans.
I know.
Mike Evans.
I shouldn't have said it. Sean may have not gotten it.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have got it. I was literally thinking 222 yards, and I was like, why
Well, that's
this
fine.
is relevant.
Because now we're going to see.
Once I heard 2-2-2, I started writing Mike Evans.
This one's a lot tougher, actually.
Okay.
So in week 3 of 2020, this AFC running back finished the week RB2 with 34 points and 3 touchdowns. But he finished the season outside the top 40. Who is it? He never saw the top 10 after that week either.
He never saw top what after that week?
10, 20, 30 probably.
3 touchdowns. I think I got it.
I'm guessing.
I think I got it.
I still don't know my AFC from NFC, so
I can't
Oh my
believe
God.
Sean's about to have an extra point because of the
I don't know if
first
I got it.
question.
I don't know if I got it. There's 2 people I'm torn between, but I think one of them had more points than that. So
I wish I could say one hint.
no.
It probably
Oh,
wouldn't
that's-
even get.
You can
I
say
mean, I
one.
guess it's not fair. You could say, I was probably gonna get the first.
He
one.
played last night, or
Okay.
he's on one of the teams from last night.
Well, now I definitely have it right.
No,
Easy money. All right, Q, no more hints after that. That's an
Well,
obvious hint.
It's really not because I didn't even know until I looked it up.
it's between 2 people.
That narrows it down from the AFC to about like.
Yeah, but Matt still doesn't know the AFC and NFC.
I still don't.
Okay, well, it's
But
still.
I'm pretty sure this team is in the AFC.
Also, this week his projection is 1.2 points. That may have given away something too. All right, 10 seconds, 5 seconds.
Away.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So you guys, what do you got?
I changed it.
DJ Rex.
Ew, it's Rex. It's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
because
it's
that was
Rex.
against me. That was against me.
Matt, what did you write?
I
God.
wrote DJ for David Johnson.
I didn't even know he was on the
I had
Texans.
to real quick do it.
You got 2, did you write?
Don't worry about it,
I didn't see.
You said Ingy.
Ingy.
That's what I thought he wrote. Dude, I had it. At first I wrote Mixon because I think he snapped in week 3. When Q said RB2, I was like, I think he was RB1 that week. Because I think he had like 40 points. And then he was hurt. So I was like, maybe he finished outside the top 40. But then it clicked for Burkhead.
Fuck, man.
Nixon
Fuck.
was RB 34 in week 3.
Oh, okay. That was a different week when he had 42 points. Might have been week 2. All right. Well, that's a wrap for this episode. That's it for the week 3 preview. We will be back next week with our week 3 recap and week 4 preview on Wednesday and Friday. Again, get used to the schedule. We'll be doing this every week for the rest of the season. So make sure you're following us here on Twitch if you're here watching. Throw us a sub on YouTube as well. We're on Spotify, Apple, Anchor, wherever you get your podcasts. And also on Twitter, Super FB Podcast, or Instagram at Super Fantasy Podcast, and TikTok as well, Super Fantasy Bros. We will see you guys next week. Peace.